All right, so tell us the story now.
Okay, so I'm sitting there in my dorm room. Okay, when I say sitting, I mean I'm making a sandwich.
Okay.
And so I'm making a sandwich in my dorm room. I just found the best parking spot. And then so I'm sitting there making a sandwich in my dorm room, and I do it so that like I'm making toast, and I heat up the meat and cheese and stuff like that. So I'm heating up the toast, and beep, 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 and I'm like, I about jumped through the ceiling, and it was like my toaster, I guess, was making it go off because the toast was like not burnt at all. It was barely brown. And I'm like, are you serious? And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, first things first, I know there's not a fire, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so,
Go.
so what I did, I just kind of opened my dorm room door. I just kind of opened my dorm room door and just stood there in the threshold, just standing there between the dorm room and the hallway. And nobody comes out. Nothing happens. The alarm is just going off in my dorm, okay? Nothing, nobody's like, and then at the very end of the hall, this girl steps out.
You're supposed to have like a dorm mom.
Like, oh, an RA? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on, I'm getting there. Okay. So, so I open the door and I'm just kind of standing there like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but nobody's leaving their dorms right now. So can I be the only person that hears it? And so then this one girl at the very end of the hall steps out and she's like, "What's that noise?" And I was like, that's my fire alarm. And so she comes down to my dorm and she's like, "Oh," and just looking around my dorm. And I'm like,
being nosy.
"Girl."
He's being nosy.
I had to smack you. And so she's like, "Oh, well, you're probably going to have to get the fire department to come cut it off." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And so she walks away, and that's it. That's the only person that heard it. And so I have an RA. We have an RA on every floor.
Yeah.
And the RA is right across from my dorm. I guess she wasn't there. And so I'm just standing there. And like 4 minutes goes by and it just cuts off. And I'm just like,
that's because
that was
spelled toast.
And I'm like, well, that was just freaking dramatic. Like, I could have literally been dying, burning up in my room, and nobody would have known.
Maybe all the rooms were empty. Everybody was at class. You need to go to class at the same
time. It was like 8 o'clock at night.
Apparently you missed all the
Was it Friday?
No, it was like Tuesday or something.
Tuesdays. Damn Tuesdays.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I mean, my suite mates weren't there. The freaking RA who could have saved my life wasn't there. The girl at the end of the hall, all she said was, "What's that noise?" Like, what?
I love your impression. It's hilarious. And what did you say? Your alarm is overly dramatic?
Over dramatic, because it was not even burnt toast. It was like barely, it was not ready yet.
How close is it to the fire alarm?
Well, so I recently made toast again, but I was scared that the fire alarm was going to go off again. So I went to the other side of the dorm, on the side that I'm not supposed to be on, and I plugged in my toaster, and I kept a folder waving it across the toaster while it was cooking, and I just to prevent that.
You got Joe. She's out now.
Like,
guess what, Jazmine?
What?
This is going on Traipsing with the Tracys.
What noise?
That's what she said. I was like, "It's my fire alarm." Like, what?
Tell her that's your beeper. Your 1997 beeper is going off. You have somewhere to be. You just gotta call them back real quick. Can you borrow their phone?
That tells me it's kind of like my little the little bat thing that's like, hey, there's go save the earth. I'm gonna tell her that's what lets me know that there's crime going on.
But you got act a little like surprised like her. Like, I wonder if that's like Commissioner Gordon. I wonder if it's the cops that need my
No,
help.
I got a better one. I wonder if that's President Biden.
And yeah, that's going to work in Alabama. Good call.